0-0 Revolver versus GOAT semifinal. Missed the beginning of the point. 1-0. 1-0, GOAT.
Welcome everyone to Lebanon, Ohio for the semifinals between San Francisco Revolver and Toronto GOAT. I am Chris McGlynn alongside Akshat Rajan bringing this game. A little bit late start for us here due to some car troubles on our end, but also rescheduling of these rounds due to some lightning delays early on. It's the reason why we're going to be streaming this or bringing this game to you. It's because now putting every semifinal in all three divisions at the same time period. So this game tied up at 1. Simon Higgins scoring the last goal for Revolver. GOAT back on offense. McKnight with the disc. Patient swinging so far up to Harris. GOAT reloaded this year after missing nationals a year ago in the United States in what was a loaded Northeast region, along with Boston Ironside, Boston Dig, and New York's Pony. The three teams all taking the 3 bids to nationals, and GOAT, one of the first times in a long time, missing the tournament in Sarasota. Call downfield here, they're going to stop play. Patient offense so far here from Toronto. Each team holding to start this game. Tied at 1 in the early going. The winner of this one will face either Austin Doublewide or Colony from Australia in the championship game tomorrow. Nice little flip over the top from Ortolaki. Burrell inside throw. Crafty little flick there. Another scuba now. Hurst with the disc. Inside look, laying out, unable to get there. Boychuk, excellent effort. And a nice little look from Hurst, but too far out in front. Difficult grab in the end. It's a disc starting to tail away for Boychuk. First chance for a break here for Revolver. San Francisco, the 2017 national champions in the United States, defeating Austin Doublewide in the final. Rip right off the bat here. Taking a deep shot downfield, heading him in stride. That's Nick Stewart with the disc now on the goal line. Hammer over the top from Stewart. Into the end zone, pile up there, and brought in by Revolver. Sawyer Thompson going up, taking positioning, and bringing it in. A break for Revolver in the early going, giving them a 2-1 lead. Back-to-back hammers there for Revolver, gets them a 2-1 lead. Looking comfortable so far in this one. GOAT back on offense here. GOAT missing a handful of players that will be suiting up for them during the regular season. Mark Lloyd playing with Winnipeg General Strike for this World's Tournament, as that was the team that he played with and qualified with in Canada last year. And also Andrew Carroll not in attendance this week for GOAT. However, GOAT does pick back up Isaiah Massac-Kelly, coming back after a year away from the team. Massac-Kelly, one of the top throwers and downfield cutters in this division. Kind of a versatile offensive player who can do whatever he needs. Massac-Kelly with the disc now. Inside break once again, another one from GOAT. Arsenal now with the disc. We got a stoppage in play. Arsenal, a standout on the Ottawa Outlaws this year. One of the top players for that team in the AUDL. Tapping back in now. Goat looking to get back on track with a hold here. Good defensive pressure on the resets from Revolver. Active marks so far from San Francisco. Inside break once again. Goat continuing to hit those inside breaks. Along the sideline there, that's Edwards with the disc. Back to the middle of the field. Great break around into the end zone. And that's going to be a goal for Goat. Toronto getting it back after allowing the break. That's Huynh in the front of the end zone, and that is going to be a goal for Goat, tying it up at 2. Hold there for Goat, getting them back on track, tying this game up at 2. Here in the semifinals at a slightly rainy day here in Lebanon. The thunderstorm is passing for now, hoping they'll stay away for a while as we get this game in. Massive overhaul of the streaming schedule. In the end, the reason why this game no longer being streamed. Happy to pick it up, though. Excited about the opportunity for this one to fall into our lap. So we get an opportunity here. Ashlyn Joy, one of the top handlers in the world, potentially the best thrower, at least in North America, picking up the disc here for Revolver. Been a member of the World Games and World Ultimate and Guts Championship teams the last couple of years. A little bit of a risky throw there as Freeman going to the ground to bring that one in. A little bit of wind here affecting some of these throws in the early going. See Grant Lindsley there with the disc. Lindsley, another member of that World Ultimate Guts Championship team back in 2016 for the United States. Excellent layout there, and that's going to be McKenzie knocking it away. Ian McKenzie showing up once again here for Goat, having a great tournament so far, continuing to pick up right where he left off. Screw over the top. Excellent layout there to save possession. Howe with the disc. Howe back to the middle, finding Keffer. Pick called now. We're going to need a stoppage here. Opportunity for Goat to break right back. Gave one up early on the second offensive possession of the game for Goat. And now an opportunity to get the game back on serve and give Goat a 3-2 lead. McKenzie again with the disc. Once again, we have a pick. As McKenzie actually finds Mike McKenzie, his brother. Ian and Mike playing together on Goat. Two of them active in the handler space right now for Toronto. Keffer now with the disc. Both McKenzie's attacking up line. Stalk count rising, looking at Mike McKenzie in the end zone. Mike McKenzie going up for a sensational grab. Unbelievable effort from McKenzie to bring it in the back of the end zone. That's a break for Goat. Gets them right back on track, back on serve, leading 3-2. Great break back there. They're getting the 3-2 lead now, heading in for another defensive possession. Mike McKenzie elevating over a crowd to bring that one in. Hochhalter now with the disc downfield for Goat. Revolver back on offense, looking to punch this one in, send the D-line back out there. Revolver, no stranger to these World Ultimate Club Championships. Won back in 2014 out in Lecco, Italy. Looking for a second title in a row. George Stubbs now with the disc. Stubbs, longtime player on Boston Ironside before joining San Francisco Revolver in the last few years. We got a pick call here. Member of the World Games team, Stubbs, along with the World Ultimate Guts Championship team back in 2016 in London, competing for the United States. Upline throw from Schlocking into the end zone. Textbook right there from Macy into the end zone for Revolver. Getting back on track here after allowing the break. Tying this game up at 3. Tight one in the early going. Marcy on the upline cut there for the goal for Revolver. Tying this game back up at 3. Defense back out there for San Francisco. Tight start to this one so far. These two teams know each other well. Goat picking up a monumental victory at the 2014 U.S. Nationals, beating Revolver in the quarterfinals that year. Since then, though, Revolver been on top. Revolver, interesting statistic here as we get a shot looking for Massac Kelly in the end zone. Great box out there, good body positioning. And Goat with the goal right off the huck. Massac Kelly into the end zone. Seen him do that time and time again, putting Goat back in front. They have Massac Kelly there with the goal. Great deep cut from him. Familiar with this team, obviously just a year away from Goat coming back this season. Also playing with a number of these players on the Toronto Rush. Had a chance the other day to talk to Thompson McKnight about that. He said it's an extended season, it's a bit of a grind, but in the end, it's great for the team. It's a longer season for them, more practice times, as well as more opportunities to build chemistry. It's a turnover here from Revolver. A layout there from Marcelo Sanchez, unable to bring it in. Disc back over to Goat. Stall count rising, putting it up, looking for Ojo. Ojo trying to read that one, but too much tilt on that one. Fading away there, out of bounds. Yearwood on the throw, trying to find Ojo. Cannot complete it. Giving it right back over to Revolver. Talking about Revolver before, as Ojo's going to take an injury here. Massac Kelly subbing in here for Ojo. Talking about Revolver before. This team has won a number of national championships, very decorated group. Playing at a number of world championships as well with the United States or with Revolver. But in the end, winning just about every odd year. Dating back to about 2011, Revolver has won the last 4 national championships that have fallen in an odd year. Don't know what the significance necessarily is there, but we've seen it before in sports. The San Francisco Giants, another San Francisco team, did it in even years for a couple of years there. Every other year picking up a championship in Major League Baseball. Revolver taking their turn. Looking to repeat though, hoping to break that odd year streak and maybe get one in an even year for 2018. Working it down into the red zone now. Marcy with the disc. Over to Lindsey. Lindsey keeping his feet down. Excellent play there. Into the end zone, looking for Friedman. Friedman tracking back. Back corner of the end zone for Eli Friedman. And that's going to be a goal there for Revolver, getting back on track. 4-all now. Excellent sequence there from Revolver as Lindsley to Friedman for the goal. Long lofting pull from Eli Kearns. Looked like it was going to come back in initially, but that one going to stay out of play. Went out of bounds fairly early here. Goat will have great field position to start this point. This is a fun matchup for sure. Top team in the United States from last year against the top team from Canada. Definitely not the first time we've seen these two teams match up. It's been a couple of years, but nice to see them back on the same field again. Intense matchup so far. Massac Kelly with a disc now. Thought about taking a shot to the end zone. Great poach there from Revolver to prevent the upline. McKnight. Upfield into the end zone. Laying out. Excellent grab into the end zone is Hurst. Hurst staying in bounds and making the play. Putting Goat back in front. 5-4. Hurst with an excellent layout there. Scoring the goal. Another hold there for Goat. Both teams trading breaks early on in this one. Since then we've seen some patient and effective offense from both sides. Revolver, in addition to all the championships these players have won playing with the San Francisco team, also winning in the AUDL last year with the San Francisco Flamethrowers, a number of players on this roster. As Lindsley takes a shot downfield into the end zone, good positioning and unable to bring it in. Antoine Davis in the area, but too tall of an order for him as Mike McKenzie got positioning there for Goat. Turnover once again, an opportunity for Goat to break. Seen a couple of turnovers so far. Goat doing a really good job of stifling some of Revolver's early looks in possessions, forcing some questionable throws downfield. We're going to get a timeout call here. We'll step aside real quick as Hochhalter puts the disc down for Goat to discuss things here and work on breaking it for a huge point. Goat coming out of the timeout now. Had a chance to discuss things, figure out how they best want to attack this Revolver O-line as they have a chance to play defense here. Goat had a bit of a tough road to get here. won their pool, but then got a crossover with Colony in power pools. Colony in the other semifinal against Austin Doublewide right now. However, GOAT winning that game 15-13, showing, I think, to everybody here that they were more than capable of making a run at this tournament. Turn back over here, Higgins with a D. Thought about breaking around. Excellent fakes there from Higgins. Flowing McKenzie into the end zone. Grant Lindsay, easy as you like, into the end zone there for Revolver. Another goal here. Bit of a roundabout way to get there, but Revolver gets the hold nonetheless. Tying things up at 5. Hold there for Revolver. Took a little bit to get it in the end, but great defensive effort, forcing an errant huck downfield. And nice defensive positioning from Simon Higgins to read it well and get possession back over to San Francisco. Toronto picking up now. McKnight with the disc. Kelly thought about taking the shot downfield, looking for Cam Harris. Up line instead. Into a tight window there. Hurst with the disc once again on the sidelines. Floated up and knocked away there. A foul call though. Ben Burrell and the Revolver defender colliding. That's Kevin Cox making the effort there. Getting there just a little bit too early. As it'll stay with Burrell now. Burrell and Victoria launching it in the end zone. Wind picking up and carrying it out of the reach of Connor Armstrong. The wind becoming a factor here. Definitely picking up here as the, hopefully not a signs of storms blowing back in though. Seen a lot of these games affected early on by storms. This game's supposed to be taking place at 9 o'clock and the end being pushed back to the 11 o'clock round. Instead of staggering the semifinals now, every single semifinal happening all in one round. We have an injury here, collision off the disc. That's going to be Octorloni colliding there. Sawyer Thompson hopping off the field. Hopefully nothing more than having his foot stepped on. Still painful, but easy to recover from. Hopefully see Thompson back in this game shortly. Rasmussen with the disc now for Revolver. Hurst on the mark. I think we're going to get a substitution here on the Revolver side as well. Or excuse me, on the GOAT side as well. GOAT gonna make a switch here. We see McKnight going off. Arsenal coming in. Wind definitely picking up now in favor of GOAT here in this position. It's going to be a tough ask for Revolver to get this off the sideline. Rasmussen taking a shot and getting kick blocked by Hurst. Oh my goodness, Hurst putting a foot out there and sending that disc right out of play. Armstrong will pick up now on the goal line here for GOAT. Still would just be a hold. Excellent defense there from Rasmussen in the dump space. Floated up in the air and caught by Dahlman. Dahlman going up. An errant throw floating above the intended receiver. Mark Lynn with the disc now for Revolver. Tension certainly rising as both teams try to adjust to this wind. Pick call. Burrell will catch up to Cox here. Cox, a longtime player on this San Francisco team. Featuring on this defensive unit whenever his number is called. Taking a shot downfield, blading short, but excellent read there from Rasmussen to go up and get it. Not intended for him. Rasmussen with the inside throw into the end zone. Could be a break. Laying out, Revolver brings it in. That is a huge turn of events there. Unbelievable throw from Rasmussen into the end zone. Going the full field against the wind. Have an opportunity to break downwind now. Revolver seizing momentum with the 6-5 lead. Huge break there for Revolver. Sachin Reina walking off now, coach of Toronto GOAT. Been with the team for a long time, leading this team to some pretty good heights. GOAT, top team in Canada, usually a fixture in the United States conversation as well. Lots of promise on this GOAT team this year as they keep together mostly the same roster from a year ago. And we'll have Mark Lloyd for the regular season, and of course Isaiah Kelly back in the team as well. Kelly upfield now, finding Harris. Harris inside. Thought about taking a shot downfield. Boydchuk, great fake. Gets into Hurst. Hurst upfield back to Masson-Kelly. Great offense so far. Masson-Kelly taking a shot into the end zone, looking for Harris. Harris bringing it in. Great hold upwind for Goat, making the wind look like no problem whatsoever. Tying this game back up at 6. Goat seizing momentum back there with a great upwind hold. Masson-Kelly. That's a really tough throw to make in this wind. As he rips the pole downfield. Deep pull once again. Difficult here for Lim to field on Revolver. Lim, formerly of Seattle Sockeye, alumni of Carleton as well. Ripping it downfield, George Stubbs looking for Higgins. Higgins tracking it well. Great throw from Stubbs. Higgins on the goal line. Looking to punch this in with another upwind hold. Scoober over the top, hanging up there. And brought in. Unbelievable grab in some traffic there for San Francisco. Little bit of a questionable throw from Higgins, but pays off. As I believe that was Marcelo Sanchez going up to bring that in for Revolver. Taking the 7-6 lead. Revolver needing just one more point to take half. Excellent rip there from George Stubbs downfield, finding Higgins to set up that goal. Break side throw there for Stubbs. Surprised so far that neither team really running a whole lot of zone. Floating throw here for McKnight. Closing down quickly is Eli Kearns, but McKnight able to bring that in. Masson-Kelly upfield. Finding Boydchuk. Wind's still blowing here. Again, no zone look from either side so far. Have to wonder, maybe both teams will start to try and break that out in the second half. Tossed up here and just coming off the hands of Cam Harris. Harris had a shot at that. Unable to bring it in though. We're going to get some sort of call here to stop play. Eli Kearns with the disc, matched up with Harris. Excuse me, matched up with Thompson McKnight. Harris wearing 91 and McKnight wearing 19. Kearns around. Walker Childs now upfield, back to Kearns. Kearns on the goal line, looking to punch this in. Thought about taking the forehand there. Would have been a speculative shot. Back in the end zone, look now, stall count rising on Kearns, resets it into the end zone. Laying out is Nathan Hurst once again. Hurst been all over the field in the first half for this GOAT team. Second block after the kick block he had earlier on the goal line. Hurst making the defensive effort here. McKnight now on this cone and what we call the coffin corner, the wind funneling straight down into that spot. Hurst now breaking around, piece of it, Callahan! Are you kidding me? Just like that, Revolver takes half. Michael Spear catching it like it was nothing. San Francisco 8-6 lead at halftime. What a way to end a spectacular first half here. We'll step aside as these two teams take a break, come back and bring you this second half of action. Second half about to get underway here. Rain starting to fall in Lebanon. We were hoping this would stay away, but the inevitable is coming. Hopefully gonna avoid any lightning delays here as well. Goat pulling to start the half. Is really picking up with the wind right now. Very difficult to take shots downfield, straight up and down on this field as the gusts are getting up, making it difficult to even see coming as we're standing straight into this wind. Unfortunate that this is the case, but both teams will have to try and find their way around the elements. Inside throw there, Lindsley grabbing it, taking it out up to Stubbs. Stubbs thinking about the inside throw. Looking for Friedman. Back to Lindsley, the two Pi Dea alums connecting there. Stall count rising on Lindsley. Against the sideline there, bringing it in there, Joy. Not much spacing here from this Revolver offense. Tight spaces there once again. Lindsley with the disc now. Into Davis in the end zone. Davis beating his man and scoring the goal. That's an important one there for Revolver, leading 9-6 now with the first point out of half. Welcome back now to Mason, Ohio, as we're getting ready for the second half of this game between San Francisco Revolver and Toronto GOAT. a crazy turn of events in this one here. Having to move facilities. We're now indoors here as opposed to being outside on the Lebanon Sports Complex. Had some severe thunderstorms coming in all day, so going to be a very different second half of Ultimate here. Revolver leading 9-6, taking a shot downfield right away, looking for Massa Kelly, sailing just a little bit too far. These games are only going to be 20 minutes long. The second half of this game, 20 minutes to play it all out. And that'll be it. They'll be playing every semifinal here tonight, playing 4 straight, the men's and then the women's, and then a break here, I believe, as they have scheduling conflicts before moving on and doing the mixed games after a 2-hour break. Rasmussen now with the disc for Revolver. Layout there. It's interesting surface that the players will be on for the second half. Seen a lot of them slipping during warm-ups as Sawyer Thompson upfield here. Revolver patient up to Cox. White now on the sideline. Goat needing to get this disc back. In trouble already with not much time to come back now due to the new circumstances, the new rules. Giving them just 20 minutes here in the second half, running clock. Once that ends, time will run out on what would potentially be a final appearance for Goat. Nice switch there. McKnight and Burrell switching on the goal line into the end zone. Lots of traffic, and that's going to be a goal for Revolver. Revolver now jumping out. I think we're going to get a call here as it's going to come back. Will look to be a goal for Revolver. Will end up coming back on a pick. Lots of conversation here between both sides. Disc coming back to Cox now. McKnight on him. Definitely a crazy setup, as I'm sure we'll show you at some point during the second half. Spectators lining the walls here as Revolver into the end zone. That one will stand for a goal. Nathan White in the end zone. Revolver jumping out to a 10-6 lead on its way to reaching the World Championship final. Tough task here for Goat, trailing 10-6. Needing 4 breaks now to get, I guess, a hold and 3 breaks to get back. Needing to score 4 unanswered to tie this thing up without much time left. Clock reading just under 17 minutes to go. Huynh fielding here upfield. Back to Huynh. Zone look here from Revolver. Believe trying to force Goat to slow down their offense, but Kiefer working it up the field now. Patient and right into a poach block. Revolver getting it back. Lim, I believe, making the play for San Francisco. San Francisco running with a blistering pace now on O. Upfield, finding Greg Cohen. Cohen tapping it in on the sidelines. Upfield here into the end zone. That's going to be another goal for Revolver. 2 straight bricks to open up in this indoor facility. Julian Childs Walker, the Carleton alum, scoring that one. 11-6 now. Revolver very much in control. Cassidy Rasmussen pulling here. Goat trailing big time, needing a huge comeback here. Revolver pulling this one out of play. This game initially starting this morning at 11 a.m. Now this game restarting at 6:30, 7.5 hours in between the 2 halves of this game. It was a tightly contested first half. Revolver coming out with a lot more fire right now, wanting to win this. Hurst now with a disc for Goat. Needing to score quickly here to try and get back on track. Clock ticks underneath, 15 minutes to play. Cam Harris now with the disc. Upline once again into the end zone for Hurst, and that's a quick one for Goat. Gonna need to continue to do just that. 11-7 now. Goat getting right back in it. Goat on defense here, needing a series of breaks to get back into this. Tall task here for the men from Toronto. Massa Kelly with a massive pull. Looking for the rip right off the bat. Grant Lindsley taking off. That disc going to sail out of play, though. Lindsley going up, knocked away. Initial call, I think, would have brought the play back in the first place, but Goat will now get a chance to break here. Need 4 in a row to tie this one up. Almost impossible, taking a shot right away. Looking downfield, Vasiliev looking into the end zone. Keffer going up, should have been able to bring that one in, going off his hands. And Revolver getting possession back now. atmosphere in this building is bubbling. A lot of fun we've seen so far. I think we're going to have a foul on the throw, actually. Hard to hear any of the players communicating with each other due to the crowds you'll see there piled in along the walls. Hundreds of people turning up to watch the second half of this one. More in the halls, just spilling in out of the door, wanting to watch these world semifinals. Uncontested foul here will be coming in on one. That's Friedman on the mark. Friedman getting a piece of Vasiliev as he went to take a shot downfield there. Great defense from Revolver here, shutting down the around, getting it to Mazzucchelli now. Nice little around backhand there. Back to Vasiliev. Vasiliev downfield, taking a shot, looking in the area of Mike McKenzie. McKenzie running out of that one easy. And McKenzie with the break. Goat getting right back into it now with a break momentum. Heading Toronto's way now. 11-8. This game far from over. Still trying to figure the setup here. Having to readjust now. We're in the back corner of the end zone. Now the crowd getting into this one. Goat firing up the crowd. What would be an upset for sure here for Toronto if they manage to pull this off. Joy upfield to Lindsley. Lindsley now finding the inside shot, finding Friedman there. Friedman, miscommunication, and we have going to be a foul there. What would have been a turnover will stay with Revolver. Vasiliev on the mark there. Those two matching up the last point, and actually Friedman being the one to foul Vasiliev. Patient offense here from San Francisco. Both teams have a little bit of familiarity playing on turf surfaces and moving the disc a little bit quicker, as heavy parts of these teams both playing the air. Helmet into the end zone. That's going to be another goal for Revolver. Sweet and solid hold there for that Revolver offense, making it look easy. Goat needing 4 more still as Revolver getting the hold there, leading 12-8 now. Toronto back on offense. Armstrong upfield to McKnight. Boydchuk coming underneath. Instead finding Burrell, the victorious standout, underneath the Boydchuk now. McKnight. Lots of communication on both sides as Mazzucchelli going right through his hands, trying to find the sideline. Unable to bring that one in. San Francisco with a chance to take what would be a commanding 13-8 lead, and all but put this game to bed with the amount of time we have remaining. Hard to see from here, but I believe under 9 minutes to go now in this second half matchup between Goat and Revolver. Winner moves on to face the winner of Colony and Austin double wide. Shot downfield, looking for Kearns. Kearns with an unbelievable layout in the front of the end zone. Incredible effort from Eli Kearns to put in the goal from Revolver. Revolver leading now 13-8. Well in control of this one. They can smell a date in that championship game tomorrow. San Francisco well out in front here, 13-8, extending the 3-point lead it had coming into this indoor affair. Cassidy Rasmussen with the disc here for Revolver, set for a pull. We initially thought the time was going to be the greatest enemy here for Toronto. Seems like Revolver is closing in on just putting this to bed on points alone. 15 all it needs to advance to the finals. Should note here that the game between Colony and Double I will be played after this. Long shot downfield now. Goat bringing it in. Newell bringing it on the goal line. Short flip back to Mazzucchelli. Tight area there. Mazzucchelli looking around, up to McKenzie. McKenzie elevating and bringing it in. Excellent grab from Mike McKenzie to score in the back corner of this end zone. There's still life for Goat. Need a comeback here, trailing 13-9. Toronto on defense here, needing a string of points here to put this back to bed. Getting back into this one going to be difficult here for Goat. As time ticking down, just over 5 minutes to go as Lindsley takes a shot downfield, looking for Higgins. Higgins in the end zone, reading it well, elevating, and now making a game point for Revolver. 14-9. San Francisco out in front. This game has been exciting, quick, and fast-paced, and San Francisco all over GOAT right now. Game point here for San Francisco, leading 14-9 over Toronto GOAT. GOAT up to McKnight now, needing a bit of a miracle, would have to score 6 in a row to be able to beat San Francisco now. No team has been able to do that. San Francisco really only tested twice so far in this tournament. Down by free speed early on, shot downfield, Massa Kelly and Burrell, both there. Burrell going up and bringing it in. Great grab from Burrell, beating the defender there. Byron Liu giving chase for San Francisco, unable to get there. Burrell now with the goal, making it 14-10, becoming just the third team in this tournament to score double digits against Revolver. Needing a miracle here to come back. Don't rule it out quite yet, but San Francisco has a chance here to hold for the game. Crazy affair here inside in Mason, Ohio, having to relocate facilities following some lightning delays, a flood warning, as well as a tornado watch. Unbelievable series of weather events here, forcing this game inside. The crowd getting into it here, sensing a victory for San Francisco Revolver. Toronto GOAT on tenterhooks here. Fans wondering if GOAT has enough to try and make the comeback. Revolver moving it upfield, finding Davis. Marcy now at the disc, upfield to Lindsley. Pick called here, gonna stop play. Good movement so far from this Revolver offense. Continuing to attack both sides of the field. It's much easier when the throwers playing indoor. No wind to speak of, obviously. No elements to think about. These throws have been pretty good. The defense having a tough time getting breaks. We've seen a few of them, but most of them on unforced errors from the offenses. Around to Lindsley into the end zone, and that'll be it. San Francisco Revolver punching its ticket. Goal, Schlockett punching it in, and that'll do it. San Francisco 15, Toronto 10. That'll do it here. A phenomenal game in the indoor space. Lots of scoring from both sides. In the end, Revolver adjusting better to the indoor atmosphere and putting this game away. 15-10 final score. San Francisco getting the win and setting themselves up for a trip to the finals. Will take on the winner of Colony and Austin double wide. That game being played immediately following this one. Fantastic contest. Excited to bring it to you. A wild day of events here with all the weather. Me and AK managing to make it through. I'm Chris McGlynn alongside Akshat Rajan. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a good night.